everyone. I hope you're all doing fine and I hope you are in good health. Thank you for all the responses I've seen for the last videos also. And as I am here with a new topic today, I am Pranathi, Assistant Professor in English from Marri Laxman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management. And today we are going to see about a few basic skills. See, what we regularly do, how do we communicate with people every day? So, if I'm not wrong, instead of sharing reels and all, we communicate with the WhatsApp messages or snaps, or and of course, if it's on a formal one or an official one, you might send mails or whatever. You do it in the typing or writing. So today we are going to see that skills where I hope if you all remember, I told about LSRW skills, where L stands for listening, S stands for speaking, R stands for reading, and W stands for writing. So today we are going to see the last skill, which is the first skill we everyone learned when you learned any language or when you started going into the school. First thing what you used to do is you used to write A, B, C, D, or whatever the language you are comfortable. So the first skill we all mastered or we all learned is on writing. So today we're going to see more about the writing skills. And here on the screen, I've gave few questions because I told it's about writing skills. These questions are really important. So why writing is important in your life? So the answer responses. I know you have plenty of answers there, but still, professional writing we'll keep that on unprofessional or which is informal kind of writing. But we speak about professional writing today, which we are going to see the importances of writing. First, just a warm up class about this. Okay, so writing helps you clear your mind. Think I in the Gen Z, many of them doesn't have a habit of writing, but if you are depressed or someone, if you want like to clear the things out of your mind, writing is the best thing. If you would like to have any confusions, people suggest you write it on a piece of paper. Even if you see few movies, they give these techniques by the psychologist or someone, they will be giving you tips, right? Whatever you feel like, you write it on a paper. If you feel that it's really genuine enough to take care of matter or sort it out, then you focus on what you have to do. Because every day we come up with multiple tasks, multiple ideas in the mind, but we have to prioritize. Even that will, and if you are anger, if you are depressed, if you're sad, if you're happy, people say like you're not supposed to do anything with your overwhelming emotions. So in that cases, writing down will clear your mind, especially when you are depressed or when you are anger or any other kind of negative, strong feelings. Next, writing is an important skill. I hope the first question I asked, how we communicate. We text a lot. We send texts. WhatsApp or in Snap also we usually chat, and in Insta we type with talk to people and all. So communication, writing help you in communication. And if your words are not properly framed, the people who read your messages might also get confused. So it's writing is an important communication skill in day-to-day life. Apart from the verbal, the non-verbal, whatever you write or you text, everything comes with this kind of writing skills. Everything comes under this communication part only. So writing will help you to communicate more. It's the important parameter for communication. Writing makes you a better reader. So this is little in depth, you have to understand, because see, the more you read, the more you write, and the more you write, the more you read. These are like interlinked to each other. If you would like to learn more words or something, you have to read, or whatever you have in a mind, you have to write, so that you will understand how to read. Even the punctuations, we are talking about the punctuations here. We might also take punctuations into consideration, where the punctuations, when you give the punctuations, our reading also improves. Like think, today I'm late, comma, though, so you'll give a pause there. Because I got stuck in a traffic. So this is how the things. If it is a question mark, you say, "Oh, what do you do today? What did you do today?" or something like that. Question mark gives you the better way of reading. So next is writing. Of writings usually often a best way to send messages, even in the Gen Z era with the videos and all. There are few people who believe that still writing, or at least shairis or something which you write, uh, which you write will be an effective thing. And the other thing is, it helps you understand difficult things. Writing helps you understand difficult things. When you write something, you clear up your ideas. When sometimes, like, I have this habit, when I come across a new word, I write it, I scribble on a paper to make me understand the pronunciation, how the syllables is being given. That's the trick what I usually do. So writing is a fun. So there are people who write many things on a paper. Maybe sometimes we communicate in a classroom also, writing on a piece of paper, sharing it to the next one, because we are forbidden to talk in the classroom. So this kind of is, of course, a fun and help. Um, Writings help you to get your jobs. This is like what you call a resume, or you have you prepare a resume, have you write a cover letter. Everything also is a kind of job, and sometimes they are technical writing, or coding also a writing, kind of a writing, because you have to write the code in a properly, so it gets job apart from resume and all. Maybe you have to write, if you are into a journalism or something, you have to write to impress people, you have to make a script, whatever, so it gives you a job. So these are, everyone I mean, they start figuring out, I hope, for now. Like, we only know LSRW skills. People usually say that you have to focus on listening, speaking, and the other things can be, but still these are also part of communication where you have to focus on. So that is about why we are going to read about writing skills today. Why, a small warm up of all these things. So moving to the next and the main idea, sensible writing. I know that everyone write whatever they would like to, but sensible writing is morely of a professional writing. So sensible writing is a piece of writing based on the things which you say or act, or according to the practical. So it is mostly of a genuine material what you have to do. It's not only just saying, it is also have to act something on the judgment and the practical ideas of understandings. So when you write, you have to be very precise of what you're writing and why you're writing. Okay, and the sensible writing not only shows the reader and the author's perspective, it also shows the background and character. Think that if you are reading any newspaper article, so it might be a publication or a paper which the Hindu or something, the journalist who wrote on it, you will not only that, you will also understand the background of what happened in that article. I'm just giving this as an example, so you'll be understanding what the background happened, what things involved. If this is a paper article or something, if you read to any books, nowadays people are reading many books through online also. See, even in that books, author will be saying something in a book, a reader will be understanding something. Not only that, but it also gives you the background era. If you come across the movies like Half Girlfriend by Chetan Bhagat, even that book, comparative to the movie, the book is more fascinating to me. It's more fascinating to me. So I understood, whenever I read the books, I have this imagination perspective. See what Chetan Bhagat wants to say. From my perspective, I'll be seeing the story from the other way, and the background and how the characters are depicted, and how the background was explaining the college environment and all, and what the things happened in her life. I mean, just giving an example. So reading books or anything, it's not only about writing, but is also the way you write will be projecting the background and characters also. So it gives a very good theme of imagination and experience at the work. When you keep writing, you use all these things. When you read, you will use all these things, you use your imagination. But even when you're writing an article, say that experiences you faced in your life or any memorable event, then you will be using this perspectives, which is called a sensible writing. So moving on, there are skills what you call, and there are different types of writing also, which different types. Not sensible writing is a morely professional, like how we have to write, what we have to write, what are the things need to be considered and all. But there are few types of skills. Here you could see an image, just small image, just to grab the attention, nothing else. So the image is this. So the first thing is exploratory, narrative, descriptive, and persuasive. These are kinds or styles of writing. So how you write a piece of article, these are the ways you can write a piece of article, or a paragraph, or any information. These are the types you have to write. Just an image, just for attention, nothing else, or just to memorize. Usually pictures are a very good thing that store in your mind. So this is a small image which gives, it's a part of style, writing style, where expository, narrative, and all are types in it. So the first thing we are going to expository, which is also called as augmentative writing. So expository writing is the most common writing where it will be explaining the concept, providing the information in a wide range, which focuses on stats, facts, and evidence. Think if you're writing, or if you're, I'm giving, if you are reading on a detective novel, of course there is a sort of imagination there, but usually we have facts. Well, like even if you see any murder mysteries, you will see all the details and evidences you have. Okay, so this kind of writing, when you are making it a project or something, here there are also few examples. Scientific writing, think that you are doing a project, so you'll be giving, not only you can't give a vague information, but you have to be with the details or the data what you are provide should be genuine. So the correct data is the better topic you have. Okay, better writings you can do. So article based on the on any topic which is so particular, which is thing that we are talking about aliens. So you'll be providing the evidences, facts, and when they've been when they are visible or what happened and all. So here writing a part of there, you need lot of evidences, facts, and you have to prove that you are writing a genuine piece of information. And of course news where you see like what happened, when happened, how did it happen, what is the aftermath of that. If some elections happen, what is the result of it. If there is a bomb blast, or if there is a nuclear reaction, how did that happen. So you all need facts. You can you just can't simply say that this happened somewhere else and you have, no, this happened. You can't give, you have to give exact number, like this much of percentage people got affected, this percentage of radiation is being omitted, or something like that. You have to give a clear information, which is a part of augmentative or expository writing. So this is mostly a professional way of writing, especially with your academic purposes. You will be reading things or you'll be writing things, especially with the projects and any other things where we need data and evidences, a very genuine piece of information. This kind of writing is called augmentative writing. Moving to the next writing, narrative writings are mostly like how you imagine things and write about your past instance or the experiences you have. And of course it's sometimes it will be a fiction and also non-fiction. And I already gave you an example like Half Girlfriend, that is a fictional, right? That is a fictional. And there are certain movies also which based on movies or books which based on real life experiences, but they'll be using the poetic sense or the cinematic essence to make it for the audience or to the reader. So that kind where you will be using it usually completes the short stories, novels, biographies, whatever you come under narrative writing is for more or less for an entertainment and recreation kind of thing. So here there are few examples. So it will be about story, characters, and about the conflicts. Think that if it's any Holocaust literature, and if I'm not sure if anyone knows about Holocaust literature, it's about the German and Nazi camps. I'm not usually getting, but during the war and during the Second World War, how people faced problems, and in the Nazi camps, that's also like a no conflicts, what people heard, what happened, even that no, you reimagine yourself. Nowadays we talk about Korea also, how Korean people have trouble, how they'll be doing all those things. So here the example is stories, anecdotes, novels, plays, poems, and poetries. So these are all of narrative kind of writing, which is narrative kind of writing, which is mostly like you think, you act, and you will be doing all that. Narrative kind of style, which is usually for entertainment purpose. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next concept, which is persuasive writing. I'll make this into a different way. After persuasive writing is another example for the salesperson who convinces you to buy a product. So you convince, like Okay, this is a very good product, and if you use this product, you will be just like a celebrity or someone. Think that okay, people, that's how they sell the products. So the persuasive, you will be convincing a person, you will be persuading them. The persuasion, the word itself is saying like you a persuasion. You try to give reasons. You try to give the reasons. You will be justifying if something happened, if something you read or something. Think another example. Else, think that you are reading any inspirational novel. Leave about inspirational novel because nowadays people are not reading books, but think about you're listening to an inspirational or any kind of video. So by the end of the video, you like, yes, I can do it. The person who give motivated you in that a way that you are very inspired, and from tomorrow onwards, you're gonna do it. So that's how people are getting convinced. Even with the stock market ads and all, people say it's an easy way or a tricky way, but still you can earn good amount of money, even if some betting apps also. I'm sorry to say this, but that's how people convince you that you get easy money. Okay, so reading, and when coming up with the reading and listening and all, even writing. When you write something to convince a person that whatever you do is really good, you are like, they gave an example, you will be persuading and convincing the readers. Think that you're writing a letter. I'll give you a best example. In a classroom, many of the students in the classroom, you won't like to really take a leave for half day. And the reason what you give here is you're sick. But the purpose is something else. Maybe you wanted to bunk your class, you have any test, or you have to go for a movie, you have to chill with your friends, something. The reason might be anything. But here you will convince us in a subject, you'll write like, I'm very sick, I have to leave, I have to leave immediately. And you convince here like you couldn't even able to stand, and you are so tired, and you're feeling very dizzy, you're about to faint, or something like that. You'll be convincing. So that is we called a persuasive novel, persuasive writing. And the persuasive novels are also there as an inspirational novels. As I already told you, when you read a novel or a book, you get convinced like, okay, yes, this is what is happening, and yes, this is what I have to do. Best example, as I already told, a salesperson who convinces you. Okay, so persuasive writing is you'll be using reasons and justification to make the readers believe that whatever you do, the lies what we usually say to our parents, is persuasive only. You convince them, yes ma'am, where are you, why are you late? You'll say there's a heavy traffic. But the thing is, you spend some time in the college activities, and maybe you were sitting talking with your friends, and you just lost a track of time. But you lie to your parents like, yes, I was there seriously studying, doing something. Okay, you'll be giving reasons for them to believe, and you'll be convincing the readers. Except mom or dad, no one will, mom or dad, sometimes dad never believe, so, or mom never believes us. Fine. So okay, there are certain examples, and in a professional way, we have cover letters, which are letters where you write for a company notification, applying for any company, responding to a notification what you saw through LinkedIn or through any other platform. Complaint letters, think that someone have complaint on the opposite person, you will give maximum number of reasons to people believe that there is some problem with the guy, and you wanted a justice. And editorial articles, as I already told, like any any paper, if you see newspaper, you will have a opening by someone, and people, this is a product with this much of percentage, this much of star rating and all. You will see that people will get convinced, advertisements, and of course review. If you see the Amazon or a Flipkart and any other thing, you will find, you'll, as soon as, even for the movies, even of the movies, if you know, even if it is a big picture, still you will be reading the reviews to guess. No, it's not like you're not going to watch the movie, but still you read the reviews, seeing what you could expect when you go or step into the theater first. So these are all the persuasive writings where you convince the reader to go, to buy, to see, to watch, or to whatever. You'll be convincing a person. So these are the types of writings we have, which is persuasive, which is mostly of explaining the reasons and also giving a justification for them to buy. Next is a descriptive. So descriptive is about a regular small details. You'll be writing everything which is important. Here you might describe an event, you might describe a character, person, or in anything in detail. It is usually poetic in nature. Think all the movie songs are like praising or flattering someone. All those comes with the descriptive. It gives you very good information. Usually the journals, where if you leave, many of them doesn't know about journals, but they'll give a very nice of information, framed it in a nice way, so that the people will understand. The diary, whatever happened in a day, it happens. If the video vlogs, traveling vlogs or something, it gives a description of the nature. How does it feel? How you're feeling? What kind of a feeling you would be facing there if you go. Describing any object, thing that you, some game you have to describe a thing. So how do you describe? So this is a descriptive where you'll be giving information about, you'll give maximum number of information, even the minute details, like how you explain a person, how you describe a person. Like you will describe a person is tall, fair, had a curly hair, has a mustache and a rough beard. He's I'm giving an example, okay? He is dressed up in this way. So this is how you give a minute details also, especially with the sketches made by police station in catching some criminals can also be a kind of, I'm just giving an example. So this descriptive writing is more or less giving each and every minute details, but in a sensible writing. You have to write one after the other. As I was describing about a person, I was saying how he looks like, dark eyes or blue eyes he have, broad lips, something you'll be describing, curly hair, long hair, short hair. You give all these minute details and you'll be describing. Descriptive is like you'll be describing anything. It could be an event, person, character, anything, place. So this gives you an information. And now from this you'll be going on to how to describe a person. So here, the first thing is you'll be starting with a general description. See, describing a person is also a very good activity, because thing that you have to describe about your inspirational person. So you have to know how you have to, like how think that you have to, you missed someone in the very huge crowd. You have to say, did you see anyone who looks like this? If there is no photo, fine. Okay, so description, start with a very general description. You'll be avoiding subjective descriptions, like you can't be say like he looks like this, which is like a little objectifying. Okay, so and then you need to be subjective, and it should be in positive. As I was already saying, you have to avoid a few things, and you have to be in a positive way. So a person who is you can say healthy, you can't say fat or something. So the words what you use have to be properly phrased. Okay, the words what you do is properly phrased. Sometimes we explain about our friend, right? How idiot he is, we'll explain because it's a fun. But if it is a professional, you have to give all the positive signs. You have to say a person who is tall, enthusiastic. If think that you're talking about any person, a tall person who is inspiring and inspiring person to many, where he set a role for his life. He is tall, he might be simple, but he is elegant and humble in his way. Like that, you'll be describing a person. Moving on, you describe about a place where you'll be saying the which character, I mean the characters where you will go. A thing that you're going into any hill station, you'll be describing like how high altitude it has, what time is it good. If you this is a best example for video vlogs, all the vlogs you have, travel vlogs or something. Any vlogs will be helpful when you say describing. I usually see lot of vlogs, traveling vlogs. So vlogs are a best example of how they describe a place. They'll say how scenic it is, what are the tourist attractions they have, at which season we have to see, and from where you have to go and how you have to go. All the itinerary will be provided by them. That is how you'll be describing a place. So it will be saying about the main characters, what are the places you need to visit there, and from which time period you are there. You will be saying like in the morning, in morning like around 5:30 or something, you can visit a sunrise spot there. Where is it, and how the changes happens, where well, like even if it is 10, it's still misty out there. So therefore a few characters where you have to keep on describing. It should be relevant, and you also have to give the concept from first thing. I'm just giving an example of how you do a vlogs, travel vlogs. But if you write it on a writing, so you have to say first day we happened this, we boarded a train, we went for like 12 hours or something from train to, we reached at some point from Kochi or something, we reached from Kochi, we have to take an auto. So second day this happened, third day this happened, fourth day this happened, fifth day we wind it up, and sixth day we have something. So you have to give a very clear picture what you have what you did, one after the other. So apart from the character, how which time is good, what are the changes happened, how things went on. You have to give every detail thing that you are talking about any beach. Okay, Goa or any Gokarn or any kind of beaches or any kind of hill stations or any kind of destination places, thing that you visited, went for a vacation recently and you had a very wonderful experience there. You'll be writing it in a proper order, like first day you did this, that, and the place is this. It was luscious green or what a scarlet red color kind of sunrise. It's an orange color shade of sunset we have. We enjoyed it. The breeze was so like you'll be describing all these things with the poetic thing where we already saw about how you write a descriptive writing. You'll be a little poetic, but still you have to maintain a maintaining an order or a format or something how you have to say, but it have to be in a stepwise and you have to describe. It have to be relevant to the story, like thing that you are visiting a temple. The where the language also have to be like you should have this devotion feeling. Have you admired the nature and how you showed the respect to the god or something you have to give, and you have to use a definite list of adjectives to describe like how scenic it is, greenery or luscious, as I was saying, pastures. There are many other words which green pastures you have, like a green mountains filled with a green grass and all something. So I used to use adjectives to write this kind of writing, describing person or descriptive writing, anything. You have to use a specific and appropriate, not inappropriate. You have to use appropriate adjectives to develop your story or your article more better. So next, moving on to the describing objects. So you have to remember which size it is: small, medium, huge, and shape. Like thing that you're talking about, pyramid. Okay, you say a pyramid shape. If you saying about it's a conical, circle, oval, like that you have to say rectangular. Now, how does it look? What is it made? How it is being used? Usually, when we use this, when you play this damshlats, we do these things. Okay, that is the same thing we have to follow when you describe an object. Okay, next is the final part, the tips to write effectively. So the first thing is you have to be very simple in writing your sentence, short and precise, because you can't elaborate sentence because it's writing form. People might not be so comfortable reading through the text whatever you give, but it have to be easy to read and also understand. As I already told, if you use simple, short, precise, limited sentence, people will love to read it. If you have lengthy and little, when the idea is little vague, it confusing, and if it's confusing and all, even then that will be a problem. So don't delay in writing. Instead it done, like think that you had a event just now. You write on a diary or something what happened, so that your ideas will still be fresh. And that fresh time only, if you get the details, maybe you can proofread them. You can proofread them, go through it again, and you might change, like what you say, you'll be writing it whenever it is fresh. Think that today we had an event in our college or in our house. You have to write, you really wanted to share that experience. So when it's still in your mind, you'll be writing that experience, how you're feeling. Maybe you can change it, you can add something, you can delete something which is unnecessary. When you proofread, that will be helpful. Okay, so take time and analyze and what you have read. As I already told, you take them whenever, when the idea, when the thoughts, everything are fresh, scribble it on a paper, write it on a paper, so that you can go through it and you can alter it. You can see editing work can be done later, but still the first raw information have to be set aside. So it and other writing skills, it will help you to improve your skills and abilities to read more and more. Think that you wrote something and you were not satisfied with the article you presented. So what you do, you refer a few things which will help you to to maintain or to rewrite the junk, whatever you feel like it's a junk or a piece of nothing, you can make it into a very nice article. So now when you write it down, it's still, of course it is still junk, but you have to rephrase it and refine it, and you'll be writing. And if you need any help, you'll be using the other resources also. So it is the best way to improve your skills and abilities also, how you can represent yourself or how you can express your opinion. So e-writing have to be a daily part. Once in a while, if you write, the what do you call, the writer's block. Usually we write, when people write, mostly writers, authors have this writing block they have. So what does that mean? You never get in ideas, you never get to flow, the words will never flow out of your mind to make your writing more effective. So if you keep on writing regularly, that will be a practice. Obviously, when you do something technically, thing that you're learning the hardware techniques of a system. If you keep on practicing, if you keep on practicing coding and all, the next day, as soon as you do, your fingers will move automatically. But if you do it very once, then you have to see what you have to. Sometimes it happens while you use your keyboard also. So just an example. So this is about writing. And before I conclude, I'll give you a complete whatever we dealt so far. We dealt so far as we told why reading is important. Again, from the beginning, we'll just see why writing is important. So there are few lines which clears your mind. It is good for communication. It's better. It makes you a better reader. It is the best way to send messages, and it help you to understand things. It is fun, and it usually also get jobs. Second, what kind of sensibility? So writing it with facts and in a practical way of approaching. It's not only about a formal way, but also it gives a background of why you're writing or what you would like to write. Okay. Next is there are other skills, like we have other styles of writing where it is expository, which is of facts, evidences and stats, which gives refined data, strong data. You have proof for each and everything. That is called augmentative. Narrative is you'll be imagining something, you'll be saying something about the past, which is biographies, poetries, novels, your stories which you create, the lies we do, everything is a narrative where you use a lot of imagination. You'll be mending things, you'll be altering it, not changing few here and there, but still it is a narrative. Stories, whatever happened in the past, everything, you have an examples there. Next, persuasive, like I already gave you an example, how a salesperson convinces you. So you have to convince a person, giving the reasons and justification why you have to read and what you have to convince them. You have to convince them, like, yes, some person or some product or some book is good, or some movie. You write a review, like even if people are saying that movie have a bad views, still you will be writing a piece of article. No, it has 100% views and it is worth watching. That is how you convince by writing. No, you have to write a review, like, yes, you have to watch it, and if you're gonna miss a very good thing in your life. That's how you'll be convincing a person. That is a persuasive writing. So describing, you'll be describing things with each and every very minute details. You describe about people, you describe about place, you describe about objects, and finally it's how it is effective. What are the tips that you need to improve to make your writing effective, which is your language have to be simple, short, precise, and it's easy to understand and memorize also. Not memorize, maybe it's easy to read. Next, you have to not delay. See, when the idea is still fresh, when the memory is still fresh, only you only have to write, and then you can do and you can redo it again. Next, take your time to analyze and read whatever you have wrote. No, so you have to proofread it, and you have to listen. When you read it, you have to read from others' perspective whether the person is understanding it or not. And it improves your skill and ability, and you have to practice writing daily. And conclusion, it helps you an ability to write meaningful sentences, lines, and paragraphs, especially with the questions asked in your examination. The question is asked something else, and the answer is quite opposite what the usually the evaluator is expecting. So writing is usually it have to be understood by the person who is reading it, and it's an effective or the perfect way to express your ideas, convince the audience or the listeners or readers. So thank you. And the references I have had is that book already, which we have got subscribed, which we had been subscribed with the university. Anything which is English Language, Context and Culture by R.N. Laxman, Hyderabad, and the grammar book Wen and Martin, High School English Grammar and Composition. It is a must book for each and everyone who wants to master yourself in English language. And of course, Wikipedia. And there is another a page called Scribe, which helped with the images, whatever I got, and maybe few things which I included. Thank you for giving this opportunity again. I thank you, and all have a great day. Bye.